Hey everybody. In this video, we'll go over how to connect Timely and Salesforce using Zapier. In order to follow the video, you'll need an account for Zapier, and we'll jump right in here where we can start to create the Zap to do the connection. So first we click here on Create New Zap, and then we'll come to the interface where we can start the automation flow in Zapier. So the first step we have to do is to choose the Salesforce integration for our trigger step. And then here we'll start the trigger with a new record. We'll here use the Salesforce account. I'm already logged in here. And then as a trigger object, we'll take opportunity in Salesforce. So our aim is to create a new project in Timely for each opportunity that is created in Salesforce. Now we'll run here a small test to make sure that the accounts are connected correctly and that we also have data in Salesforce that we can use for our samples and for the mapping. So here we can see we found the opportunity in Salesforce, so then we can continue with this. The next step will also be in Salesforce, because in order to connect this to Timely, we need to see to which account in Salesforce the opportunity is connected to. And so we will here choose the event find record. And then we can get the comprehensive account information from Salesforce. And the search value will be the account ID. We'll get this from the opportunity from this first step. And exactly this is what we're looking for here, account ID from the first step, the new record or the new opportunity in Salesforce. And we only want to continue when this step is a success. So here we can keep the default settings and continue here. So we will also test this step to be sure that the account is found. Always takes a few seconds, but it's definitely important to do this to make sure that the Zap works in the end. So we can see we found an account, and what we'll need later on is the name of the account here. So then we can continue here by adding a step, and this step will be in Timely. We'll use here the latest version. And what we want to do here is we want to find the client. So in Salesforce, it's an account. In Timely, we call the object client. And by this find client step, we can enter a client name and then get a client ID. And later on, when we want to create the project in Timely, we'll need the client ID in order to create the project. So my account here is already connected. We can just continue. And then I have to select here for which workspace in Timely I want to create this project. Now we can select the workspace. Here I can say which search term I want to use to find the client. So we use the client name. And here we're going to map the client name we have from step 2. It's called ACME sample in this case. And now here we want to consider this a success even if the client is not found, because maybe the client does not exist yet in Timely. And then we want to create the client. If the client does not exist yet, then we'll again use the client name here to create the client in Timely. And then we can also set the external ID. This would then be the client ID here. This is not necessary, but it might come in handy afterwards if you create more connections. Okay, then we're going to continue here. And as before, we're also going to test the step again. So the client was found. Then we're going to create the next step. This will be a Salesforce step again. And now we want to look at the owner of the opportunity, because in Timely we want to connect the opportunity owner from Salesforce with the project in Timely. So again, we have to go for find record. We'll look for user and not for an account. And again, we'll use the user ID, so the ID field of the object, and the search value we'll get from the first step, because here the user ID is here called owner ID, is connected to the opportunity in Salesforce. Here we'll stick with the default settings because we know this user exists because it's already connected to the opportunity in Salesforce. So we'll also still test this to have the confirmation. Yep, and there it is, successful. So we found the opportunity owner. So then we're going to add another step here, this time again in Timely, using the latest version. And now we want to find the user ID that we need when we create the project in Timely. Again, we have to select here which workspace we're working with. And we have to specify how we want to look for the user. So here we will use the user email because this is unique. And then we can find it here, the email we found in the previous step in Salesforce. If this step is not successful, so the user does not exist in Timely yet, we still want to consider it a success and continue with the Zap. Because if the user does not exist yet, then we can just create it in Timely. So we can pick the name, the email, and for role, I'll just, as a basic, set it to admin. So that's the role in Timely with the most limited rights. If you want, of course, you can also give the user more rights by default. I will not add the user to any projects here for now, and just fill in the basic information. So we will also test this step here again, and we can see it was successful. So now we go for the final step. Now we're going to create the actual project in Timely, what we're working towards. And yeah, we can see it here, create project. The account is already connected now. And yeah, then first we have to select in which workspace the project will be. So I keep on using this workspace with the name workspace. The name, we'll pick the opportunity name from the first step. And then the client, here we need the Timely client ID. We'll go here for custom. You can also select it from a drop down, but we want to set it dynamically. So we'll take from step 3 the client ID. Yeah, color needs to be set, but any random color is fine. For the external ID now, we'll set the ID of the opportunity so that they are connected through this. And the user, we can again select one from the drop down. But if the user does not exist, it would not be in the drop-down. And again, we want to set the user dynamically. So we need step 5, find user from Timely, and the user ID. I'll keep the project as a non-billable project, no hourly rate set, and also no budget specified. And then we can continue here into final test. And the test was successful. The project has been created. Yeah, we haven't named the step yet. So and then we can publish it. Takes a few seconds for it to go live. And yeah, so this way you have connected Salesforce and Timely. At least every opportunity creates a project in Timely. Of course, there are way more opportunities to connect the two apps with each other. But yeah, this we might discover in further videos or articles, or you can also feel free to send us a message to learn about it. You can reach us under support@timelyapp.com. See you next time.